actually going to abstain from this vote for two reasons. One, it's always disappointing to be asked as a legislative body to approve something after the fact, and I don't approve of that. I can certainly understand why these things happen, and it's certainly understandable. But the other thing is that we do, as Molly mentioned, we do definitely have an obligation to pay for the work that's been done. And it would be unfair to vote no, I believe, for myself. And so that's the reason why I'll be abstaining.
Any other comments? Okay, I've got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign change order number 4 from Kaufman Construction for the SR 14 pedestrian tunnel project. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Abstain.
Motion carried. And moving to Agenda Bill 9210, change order number 6 for the number 4 force main project. Mr. Evers.
Thank you. Staff is submitting change order number 6 for the number 4 force main project. This change order reduces the total contract amount by updating the contract quantities to match the amount of materials that were actually installed during the course of the project. And please note on the backside, Exhibit A, contract change order. Contract price for this change order will be decreased, not increased, where it shows the $33,668.43 reduction. That should say decreased instead of increased. Recommended action this evening is authorize the mayor to sign change order number 6 for the number 4 force main project.
Mr. Mayor, I move to authorize the mayor to sign change order number 6 for the number 4 force main project.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign change order number 6 for the number 4 force main project. Any council discussion? David?
As I read through this, the thing that struck me was that this is an example of excellent management. I just wanted to say nice going to the staff.
Thank you. Any other council comments? Okay, I've got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign change order number 6 for the number 4 force main project. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And moving to Agenda Bill 9310, the Supplemental Professional Services Agreement number 4 for Wallace Engineering for the E Street Improvements Project. Mr. Evers.
Thank you, Mayor. Staff is submitting supplemental professional service agreement number 4 for Wallace Engineering for the construction phase of E Street Improvements Project. This phase will include the following services: bidding assistance, construction administration, construction engineering and field inspection, construction staking and quality control testing, preparation of record drawings. Recommended action this evening, authorize the mayor to sign the Wallace Engineering Supplemental Professional Service Agreement number 4 for the E Street Improvements Project.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we authorize the mayor to sign the Wallace Engineering Supplemental Professional Service Agreement number 4 for the E Street Improvement Project.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign the agreement. Any council comments? John?
Mr. Mayor, are we in budget for this E Street project now?
Mr. Evers, I believe we are.
Yes.
I knew we were close. I just didn't know if we had reached that.
Yes, we're working through the administrative settlements at this point as far as right-of-way acquisition and anticipate closing that out within the next week. But we are on track at this point after the rescope, taking the roundabout out of the project.
Okay, thank you.
Any other council comments, questions? Okay, we've got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign the Wallace Engineering Supplemental Professional Services Agreement number 4 for the E Street Improvement Project. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion carried. Agenda Bill 9410, the Washington State Department of Transportation Local Agency Agreement Supplement number 3 for the E Street Improvement Project. Mr. Evers.
Thank you, Mayor. Staff is submitting local agency agreement supplemental number 3 from Department of Transportation in regards to the E Street Improvements Project. This revised prospectus shows how the congestion mitigation and air quality, CMAQ funds, right-of-way funds have been moved into the construction phase of the project. It also reflects the additional funding available and the projected construction, engineering, administration, surveying, and testing costs. While Department of Transportation is only concerned with the federal funding amounts, non-federal is also being presented to show that it matches the funding on the prospectus. Recommended action this evening, authorize the mayor to sign the local agency agreement supplement number 3 from Department of Transportation for the East Street Improvements Project.
So move.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. Any council discussion?
Mr. Mayor?
Michael?
I was struck by the word prospectus. I did look through this very carefully, and what I noticed is that there's no change, if I understand correctly, there's no change in any of our agreements. This is simply just a restatement of exactly where the funds are and where they're going. Is that correct?
The stage of the project, as far as design, engineering, construction, or right-of-way acquisition, just identifying it for that specific phase.
Is this part of our required paperwork for the funding sources?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other council questions, comments? Okay, we've got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign the local agency agreement supplement number 3 from WashDOT for the East Street Improvements Project. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carries. And Agenda Bill 9510, Washington State Department of Transportation Local Agency Federal Aid Project Prospectus for the East Street Improvements Project.
Thank you, Mayor. Staff is submitting the local agency federal aid project prospectus for the East Street Improvements Project. This revised prospectus reflects the deletion of the roundabout. It also shows an updated estimate of project costs and the accounting associated with the federal versus non-federal funding. Recommended action this evening, authorize the mayor to sign the local agency federal aid project prospectus from Department of Transportation for the East Street Improvements Project.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Council discussion? David?
Well, I would usually vote against this item because it's for the East Street project, which my email is running 5-1 against, and because it includes stimulus funds. In this case, I'm going to vote for it because it removes the roundabout. And of all the issues that people disliked in this town, that roundabout was probably the first one that I ran into, and the one that everybody that I talked to during the campaign said, get rid of that thing. So nice going on getting rid of that thing.
Any other discussion by council?
Point of clarification, this project does not have stimulus, is that correct?
That's right. There's no Relief Act dollars attached to the East Street Road diet.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other council comments? Okay, I've got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign the local agency federal aid project prospectus from WashDOT for the East Street Improvements Project. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And finally, Agenda Bill 9610, Washington State Department of Transportation Local Agency Agreement Supplemental Number 1 for the Hathaway Crosswalk Lighting. Mr. Evers.
Staff is submitting local agency supplement number 1 from Department of Transportation in regards to Hathaway crosswalk lighting on East Street from 23rd to 26th. The supplement serves to obligate the funding for this portion of the East Street Improvements Project. Recommended action this evening, authorize the mayor to sign the local agency agreement supplement number 1 from Department of Transportation for the East Street Improvements Project.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any council discussion? Molly?
I would just like to make a comment. I am so happy that this particular agenda bill item is